King Belief was a rapper at the time, and I actually produced his first album, signed him to our record label. For what I did was I think it was a 90-day contract. I said, we're going to put out a project in 90 days. We're going to split this stuff 60-40. And we pumped out 14 songs in 90 days with 3 singles. And didn't turn out too bad for something. Being that I hadn't really done any for real, not only production, but I hadn't done like any mixing or any recording since the 90s. So it was the first time I did it outside of doing it for a podcast. So, I mean, it was rough. Excuse me, it was rough, but it didn't turn out too bad. And I think I did like 8 of the 14 songs on there, maybe 7 or 8, I can't remember. But I did that in conjunction with my son Critical and Josh B. He's another brother who does production. He's very good. But yeah, I did it in conjunction with those 2 gentlemen. And like I said, it didn't turn out too bad. So I worked on that with him. From there, that led me to working with another artist named Siraj, and we did a song called Options, which is available on all platforms. So Options was put out by Siraj. It wasn't put out by me, Man at Arms, on Lighthouse Music, which is our label. But the King Belief album, which was called Next Move, that was put out by us at Lighthouse on our label through Ditto Music, who on June 29th decided they were going to take all our music down. So you can't get them nowhere right now. We're trying to work all that stuff out. But yeah, so I put that out with them. Then after that, I put out a beat tape, and his was in 2018. The beat tape was in 2018. And I put that out because I had a hard drive crash, and there were probably I think I lost like 10 or 11 songs, might have been more than that, where I lost the session files and I lost the stems. So all I had was like the wave or the MP3. So I'm like, well, heck, since I can't do anything with them, I'll go ahead and just make them into a beat tape. So I did that and put it out. It actually was called the Human Beatbox Volume 1. So Human Beatbox Volume 1. And again, I did a track called Options with Siraj, and there were like 2 or 3 other tracks that we had done. There was one that he did with Tefpo. He's a local independent artist, and they have previous relationship in terms of like music and stuff that they've done in the past. So he pulled in Tef for that track. Track is dope, but it ain't never came out. So we did that one, and there was like one other one. So I'm not really sure the status of any of these right now that I did with Siraj. He's still working on some stuff, I guess. And hopefully they'll come out eventually. But yeah, so that was one thing. And then that led to, then I did about 3 tracks with an artist named Night Owl. He has a gang of music out. He's been doing this for a while. He does a lot of sync stuff. So he pulled me in. I actually met him. I actually know him from back in high school. We played on a summer baseball team together, and I ran across him on Instagram right as the pandemic hit, and had really forgot that the person that I knew is one thing is actually Night Owl. And I reintroduced myself to him, and he remembered me. So we had a back and forth conversation through Instagram, through the DM. And from there, we decided we'd work together and do like 3 songs or whatever. He wants to do more than that. I just been slow with the music. I'll be the first one to admit that. So I got to get my act together. So, but yeah, we did those 3. And then that led me to working back with the track Vandals, because I guess over the last couple of years, you get older and you don't really have to try to do certain things anymore. They hadn't really been doing any music, hadn't really been motivated. Sorry, it's a little bug flying around here. They hadn't really been motivated to do anything. And then I guess as you get older, your motivation for doing certain things changes. Like before, when you were younger, you trying to get signed, you trying to do this, you trying to do that. And now you get older, you still like it, and you still have love for the music, you still have love for hip hop. But them days of trying to really get signed and all that kind of stuff, nobody's really trying to do that. I'm not trying to get signed as no producer. Now, if I happen to get an opportunity and get a track with somebody in Play Store or get a sync placement or some licensing deals or whatever, I'm okay with that. But yeah, so like I said, they kind of got away from music, but when I started ramping things back up, I would just send them stuff just to get their opinion on what they thought. And I guess that kind of sparked them to say, man, let's pick up the pen and start writing again. And from there, we ended up doing 4 songs together, which were also on Ditto, and Ditto took them down. So yeah, so 4 songs that we did together was first song that was released was called Rush, just a straight hip hop song. So we did Rush, we did Slow Down, song is dope. We did Mr. Everyday, that actually just came out within the last couple of weeks, just before they took it down. Ditto. And then we did, what's the third song? Rush, Mr. Everyday, Easy Rider. That was the 4th song. So we had those 4 songs. And then they have another one called Black Varsity that's not out yet, but that's one that they're working on. And another one called One Night at Sophie's. That's another one. Both of those are technically done. I just don't know what stage they are in terms of like being mastered or whatever and released. So, but that would be a total of 6 that I did with them. And yeah, that's where we are right now. So in terms of why I'm doing this, number one, I'm doing this because I love the music. This is kind of an outlet for me. Number 2, I do it because, number 1, if I'm doing it, let's stop. So the other venture that I got going right now is Beats and Tech. And I don't know if you can see this sign back here. It's a Beats and Tech. That's something else I'm working on. And that's really, because I work in IT. So I'm bridging what I do here with Man at Arms, Lighthouse Music, Man at Arms Music, with my Beats and Tech stuff, which is technology based. And I use the music that I make here in those videos. The idea is to hopefully get people, if you need music for your YouTube videos or whatever, you can license it through me. You know, just that kind of stuff. But also, I want to eventually blend these two to where you can actually see how I do what I do. See how I put the music together that you're listening to in the Beats and Tech videos. So that's another thing. But yeah, so that's another reason why I do it. And like I said, it's mainly for the love of it. You know, people create these YouTube channels for beat makers, because I created mine because they said you should make this, you should do this if you're selling beats online, or if you have a beat store, if you're on BeatStars, you need to have one of these channels. I've never sold a beat because of this YouTube channel. I put them on here, and I don't put many on here because it's a lot of extra work. But so I haven't really put many on here. I got 60 something videos on here, but I probably got like 200-300 beats. I don't know. I just don't do it that often. And the idea now is to try to switch up what's on this channel and just kind of share kind of my journey with what I'm doing, music or with the Beats and Tech stuff or whatever. This kind of be like my documentary channel to a certain degree, to just chronicleize what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it. Just more of a relaxed channel. Nothing too serious, nothing too strict in the format, if that makes any sense. Like my Beats and Tech stuff, I'm working on to get that scripted and make it more professional. Where this is gonna be like my hangout spot. And if you like what I'm doing, whatever, I might even eventually start doing some live stuff or whatnot. But it just depends, because trying to make beats on the live, I don't even know if I'm really even comfortable with that. And I'm just being totally transparent with that. I don't know how comfortable I feel with that. I really don't. But one thing that I might do is go through some of the beats that I haven't finished, because that was another reason why I wanted to create this channel too, is maybe go through beats that I haven't finished with people who follow the channel, just to get their opinions on, hey, should I actually finish this one? So I might have a series of short videos of just me going through beats and maybe tweaking stuff. Every producer makes like skeleton beats. And that's just an idea, some drums, a sample, some other instruments, and it just might be a loop. And you're like, I don't know if I like it or not. And then you leave it on your hard drive for months on end. I got beats on here from a couple years ago that I've never finished. So then I'll go back and listen to them with like new ears, because I forgot that I actually made this. And I'm like, oh man, okay, I can switch this up. I can change these drums out, change the pattern on some drums and make something totally different. And it sounds better, and I can actually finish it now. So that may be the focal point of this channel, at least as far as like content goes. It's just a thought, because that's something easy to do, and I don't have to waste a whole lot of time doing it. I ain't gonna necessarily, like I said, get on here and make no beats live. I might eventually get comfortable enough to do that, but as it stands, I'm probably not gonna do that, because I got enough unfinished crap that I can share on here with other folks just to get their idea and their thoughts about it. So Anyway, I think I've said enough tonight, but this was just enough just to start to kind of give you an idea of where I'm at and what I'm trying to do and why and where I want to take this channel in the future. So that being said, this is Man at Arms, Lighthouse Music, signing off for the night. All right, peace.